All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Community Team Cup Consolation Semi-final number 1 featuring Team MRL and Team GTFU and also my Echo. We've got 2 exciting races for you today to determine who will go on to the 5th place match later on this month. Combo number 1 is the Renault Megane Trophy at Sardinia A, and combo number 2, the Red Bull Juniors at Spa-Francorchamps. And I'm DJ Brohawk, and alongside me today in the booth is my friend and fellow Apex Hunter Racing member, Wayne, also known as Slide Rules 2. Wayne, thanks for joining me today,
Hi.
brother.
Hi, DJ. Thanks for having me. Looks like
Absolutely.
it's going to be an interesting night.
Absolutely. Now, the lobby is open, and supposedly is open, and I am currently hunting for it. So,
I
Wayne,
am not seeing it.
yeah, I don't know if I'm friends with anyone on the list. So anyway, Wayne, while we're hunting for the lobby, you're a pad player who races with and against many people who play on wheels. So you've done some CTC races. How does the tire wear difference on pad affect your strategy in a race like this?
It's difficult to say because I'm definitely going to get more tire wear than a wheel player simply due to the way the pad works. It's going to be tougher for anybody that's going to be on a pad going up against anybody with a wheel. It's doable. It's doable. I've done it myself, but it is a mountain. It's an absolute mountain to overcome. So, good luck to anybody using a pad, especially at Spa.
Now, fortunately for everyone involved, pad player or not, both of these cars seem to be pretty kind to the tires. Wayne, you've done some driving in the Red Bull Junior. I did a little bit of testing with the Megane Trophy last night. Fortunately,
Yeah,
go ahead, Wayne. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, well, I've put some miles in both, but unfortunately not so much the Megane on this version of the game. But the Red Bull, yeah, we did with CTC at Sardinia, and it's probably might not need to fuel, but tires might be a factor.
Could be. Of course, we have to use one set of each tire across to the 2 races. So the hards and the mediums will have to be used, even though the softs seem to hold up pretty well. Not looking forward to seeing how the hards will, or I am looking forward to seeing how the hard tires will be used across the 2 races. I am still hunting for this lobby.
I'd be interested to see what the Megane actually is, because we didn't get that as a choice for ourselves for the CTC. So I'd be interested to see. Actually, it's a good little car.
It is.
It's a good little car.
It feels pretty good to drive. When I was driving it around Sardinia last night, it really did seem like it was a neat little car to drive. It definitely wasn't trying to kill me as much as some other cars do.
Well, it's a poor little car that's being held back by the bop. Unfortunately, it's a much quicker and better car to drive if it's not being bopped. So, yeah, I'm still interested to see. Obviously, the Sardinia one. I'll be interested to see someone else do that race because it's going to be easy, a good comparison for our race that we had there.
You know what else is fun unbopped? The Swift. You just knew that car was going to come up at some point today, right?
Well, it's funny you should say that, but I got a 4-star ticket today, and they gave me a Group 4 Swift. So
Ah, it's
uh,
destiny.
it's destiny, absolutely.
I want to
So
know where I am searching high and low for this lobby, and I cannot find it. It's being hosted by Mike BRFC. What if I search it by Group 4? No. No. Well, we're going to attempt to add Mike
the first race is Sardinia.
live on stream. Yes, I believe the first one is Sardinia, if I am not mistaken. Now you're going to watch me fumble through searching for friends. Live on stream, everybody.
A few technical issues due to the
Well,
unique nature of.
this is what happens when you do something for the first time, right? Believe that's the
Absolutely.
fellow. He's got the whole lobby up. CTC, that is Sardinia. Why can't we find him? Alright, we are friends now. Hopefully... Let's see... I do not see him in here. Let's see. What if I reload lobby? Good evening, everybody. White Tiger, Vest, Nay, Bob. Doing the whole... He's not in here. What in the world?
Well, I mean, we were asked to commentate on a race.
I know.
We need a race. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with the famous DJ searching through menus.
Right.
He searches through menus like no other.
What in the world is going on here? Hey, Nick. Yeah, I can't find him. I do not know what's going on here. I added him to my friends list and everything, and the room is just not showing up. This is very strange. Wayne, see if you can add him.
Trying to. Do you know which which region he's living in?
Well, considering all this stuff is usually put on by UK folks, I imagine that it's likely they're out there. Reset your lobby.
What's
I
his
did.
PSN?
It's Mike BRFC. Refresh. We would have technical issues beyond our control. What if I do this? What a mess. We were in lobbies earlier today with no problem.
He's live. He is actually going live now. I can see the thing on his...
Shut down game and reopen. Alright, well, live on stream. You know, the cool thing is I'm streaming through my PC, so you actually get to see this live on stream. Going to shut down my game. Let's see, switcher. If I hit options. The people demand that Wayne sing a song.
Yes, the people can demand.
Actually, we'll get copyright struck for that. We can't even hum a song.
If you buy my socks, I'll sing a song.
If you go to ahr-6.creator-spring.com, you can buy our merch, which is a really obscure website. But hey, all right. Let's try that again. What a mess.
What an absolute mess.
Wayne, you may have to restart your game also.
Oh no. Hang on.
At least we don't need you to start the race, right? So like the race can start and you can just join whenever.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo, everybody. This is the full experience. All right. Once more with feeling. There it is.
All right, well, if you join, I'm your friend and then I can join you.
Here we go. Polyphony just wanted us to, you know, feel the pressure just a little bit.
It was a tiny bit of a treasure hunt.
It was. But we made it. All is well. Greetings to everybody joining the stream now. Owen, good to see you, my friend. Good to see everyone. Badger as well. Good to see you. We are here.
Looks like all the usual suspects are in. Good evening, everybody.
Looks like we are missing a couple folks. I do not know. Let me pull up the roster. I have all these screens, and yet it's still not quite enough.
Whereas I'm running off of a phone and a TV.
Phone and a TV, and you've got it going on.
Phone
Tom,
and
hello.
TV.
How's it going? Good to see you.
Tom.
Let's get all the beautiful race information on like we like to do. Going into the rosters. Let's have a gander. So for Team GTFU, we have Kaza, Deering, Oscar, Flip Flop, Mike, and Roses. For Team MRL, we have Jay Norwood, TA Robson, M3, G3LF, I'm guessing that's Gelf, Apex Magnet, Bad Omen, and Mike BRFC, the lobby host. That is 12 names, but only 10 cars on the track. I don't know if I'm also stewarding this. That wasn't exactly conveyed to me. It was just, hey, can anyone do comms?
Oh, I'm sure we can pick out.
Sure, we can steward our way through this, right?
We're just gonna have to have eyes everywhere.
Just have to have eyes everywhere. That's right.
Just cycling through some of the players now.
Yep, yep. Have a look. The liveries are kind of similar looking. What? We have a lot of guys in the pits.
I mean, it's all about the liveries, isn't it?
I know.
Some of the liveries that we've encountered while we've been on this journey through this league have been crazy good.
Oh, they've been amazing. Really some talented folks. I mean, even these look fantastic. I really like the way
Absolutely.
these look. With the standard colors, red, black, and white, the three best colors in all of Gran Turismo, if I do say so myself.
I would have to agree. I would have to agree. I mean, we're not going to have any Apex Hunter bias, but
Nick has said GTFU is missing 2 players running late. See, I have all these screens, but chat is not directly in front of my face. See, if I was streaming on the PlayStation, it would pop up on the screen. It would be a lot easier. Fun says some super fast drivers in this race. No, we don't need to acknowledge Alf, okay? It's
sorry, Alf, but we was instructed to ignore particularly you.
Yes, that's right.
So...
Owen, thank you. I spent some time in undergrad working for my college's radio station, so I have a little bit of practice.
DJ definitely has that announcer voice, as the Americans like to call them. He should be on Fox News or CNN or something, telling us the news.
In today's news, we have a race between 2 fabulous racing teams. Just like that. Read the damn chat, says Bob. Look, I'm not cool enough to have the emojis yet. White Tiger says the lag not so good tonight. Yeah, you know, the thing with these lobbies is that you just never know what you're gonna get. So like Robson looks fine, and then whoever that was in front of him, Omen, looks like they're doing the icky shuffle down the track there. So
they are definitely doing the Renault Megane cha-cha. We have found ways of mitigating this though for our own lobbies. A wired connection is always a better connection. We've managed to get rid of some, but as you say, it's hit or miss. Flip a coin. You get good lobbies and bad lobbies.
Right, you never know. And people from all over the place race together, and sometimes you can't get your setup and all right. Oh, and your impressions are fantastic. I think you should do those on YouTube. Omen always gets jiggy with it. You know what? As a dancer myself, I can appreciate a good cha-cha slide on a racetrack.
As a non-dancer myself, I can also appreciate when people can do it.
Roses asks, when is quali starting? I reckon we will find out soon. Mike has gone to the pits, I guess, to answer that question. Now that we have all 12 drivers in here, I'm excited. I am ready. I am Now. Oh, we don't even get a 30-second warning. It is just
What? No 30-second warning. Just we're in there.
Get your wheels to the track. We're going
Hey,
qualifying right now.
ladies and gentlemen, get your papers all in order. We are beginning.
Get your papers in order.
Oh, and Deering does a big old slide off the final corner, preparing for the qualifying.
All right, here we go.
One for the fans.
We love a good show off for the fans. Shout out to Got Max Power, who does that in almost every race.
Oh, Max is crazy good with sliding.
Oh, he is lovely, isn't he? He's a fantastic player. Yeah. All right, here we go. And we have a 3-second penalty, or we had one. Roses? Nope, it is Jordan. I'm not sure where the penalty zone is on this track, actually. I think it's I
think it's out. Is it out the final corner and just onto the start-finish straight?
Might be worth going back to the pits for Jordan and starting over.
A 3-second penalty.
Nah.
On the time loss of going back to the pits will be way less.
It would be negligible.
Taking the penalty. I'm watching Deering, who's obviously trying to gain some space.
Looks like Mike BRFC was the first one going out. So as per usual, when he comes around to the start-finish straight, we will do the onboard with Mike, who is also the host of this lobby, to get a little bit of a impromptu track guide.
I just love the interior of this car. It just looks, it genuinely looks like it's just made of a tin can and a steering wheel.
And honestly, a race car doesn't need to be anything more than that, right?
Nope, absolutely.
We don't need air conditioning. No, we just need raw power and a heads-up display to tell us what gear we're in.
Well, some racing drivers from history throughout the history didn't even have a dial panel at all. No speedo, nothing.
No.
That was back in the day where they used to wear cloth caps and used to do it all by feel.
Was that back in your day?
Oh, definitely. When all this was fields.
Fields, grass racing, and the old Union. What do they call those? Auto Union cars.
Yeah, the old Twin Pines farm. That's where I'm from. Before it was the Twin Pines Mall.
I don't know what smashy and nicey vibes means.
Smashy and nicey are a couple of Harry Enfield and Paul Whitehouse used to do a show called The Fast Show, and there were a couple of they're characters from a skit show basically.
Oh, okay.
They used to talk like this, you know.
Okay,
Smashy, let's get on the radio and. Is it maximum turner overdrive?
We are in overdrive here in Sardinia as Mike is now headed toward the second long straightaway of the track. Very important on a track like this to use the entirety of the track, but be careful because you have virtually no runoff. It is track and then wall.
It is a very tricky track, especially when you get to these little hairpins, these little tight corners here. Yeah, absolutely got to nail it. And here comes the worst corner in the game.
Oh, this is one of the worst corners in the game. You have to be so brave on the inside wall here. Oh, Mike takes a really brave line through there.
Actually, very smooth, very smooth.
Yeah, that was nice.
I'm almost jealous of his driving style here.
I'm not jealous because I don't have to take that corner.
That's true.
in the race.
We did it in the Red Bull Juniors, which you're going to see coming up later at Spa, and it was terrifying.
Oh my gosh, that race ended up being a nightmare for me.
I think, if I remember rightly, I did okay in the first one, and as usual, I bombed out in the second one, so...
48.7 for Mike, and then a 48.8 for Apex Magnet. Two very close times here. I expect 48s, 49s to be the faster of the qualifying times as the other drivers' times are starting to roll in. Several 50s. Looks like a couple of people punted their laps. Totally understandable. You'll get one more lap, I do believe. Kaza with a 48.2. Nice. Let's check out the liveries while we're going through the field here, if I can get the cameras right. There we go.
I just realised that I
MRL.
don't have a pan button.
Use the, or did you not map it on your controller?
I don't have a look button on my control. Look stick on my controller because I don't need it. Use it.
And then we have the GTFU livery. Another similar colors, different design. I like their logo. A little racing in italics under it. A little bit of teammate drafting going on here toward the end of the lap.
Proper professional outfits. Yeah, they wouldn't look out of place in an actual endurance race or touring car race. Of course, I think these cars are world touring cars. I'm sure the chat will correct me, but that's what they're based on.
Yeah, I think the trophy bit of it means something. Specifically what?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a one-make thing like the Audi TT Cup car, or if the trophy is like a division of racing like the DTMs, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Looks like Mike improved his time by a couple tenths. Kaz is still a tenth ahead.
Final lap. No more laps to be done.
No more laps to be done. Looks like everyone getting a little bit better of a lap on the second one. 50-0 for Oscar, 49.9
Tires
for
warm.
Jordan.
Engine warm.
It's all warm.
It's all warmed up, ready for the fast lap.
Now,
well, that was super close at the top there.
Yeah, look at that. All right, so the first pole position goes to Team GTFU. I will write this down. Using this handy thing I programmed literally yesterday.
I think Fun Police that I would get sacked from my job immediately.
Well, we don't want to, we want to have fun doing this, right? But we don't want to make a mockery of it, per se.
No, we are,
So,
I mean, considering we're in the championship, we can't be doing that anyway.
No. Now, Wayne, this is a grid start. How do you feel about grid starts?
Personally, I love them. I think I prefer the grid starts over the rolling starts myself. I think you've got a bigger chance of a battle into the first corner. It's a bit more, bit more nuanced than just rolling down the road and just going. But I don't know. We'll see. Traction control on, I think, for that one.
Yeah, may as well.
As they line up on the grid.
As they line up on the grid, indeed. We will start off with Kaza in P1. These are staggered grid starts. The ones at Bathurst were not, and that was absolute carnage.
There we go. 3 lights, 5 lights. Here we go.
And they're off. Ooh, Kaza got a nice start compared to everyone else.
That was a fantastic start.
That was a really, really nice start. Looks like Kaza is starting on the hards. After they string out a little bit, we'll check on the tires and see what everyone's up to. Into turn 1, Kaza is through easily. Ooh, somebody went into the sand. Let me see if I can do the keyboard controls.
Well, that was Mike. Mike BRF just hooked the sand just a tiny little bit. It's easily done on that corner. Easily done.
Look at all these cars, 3 and 4 wide.
Oh, doesn't Gran Turismo look absolutely mad when Gran Turismo does it properly?
Yeah, it did. That was Flipster that got into the sand, but it looks like they held it. Now we're back.
If you look away and look back again, you really would be thinking you're watching the McGann Trophy Cup.
Right. Gran Turismo looks so good. It's absolutely lovely. Kaz has developed almost a full second lead on the hard tires.
The second place man is on the hards as well. It looks like it's the favoured strategy for many of the drivers.
Could be. On the hards. There will be some fuel that is needed at some point.
Oh, for sure.
The car will go about, by my estimation, about 10 laps on fuel, and
can
Nick,
you put
I will
the pit window in Brohawk?
Yeah. Yeah, I will. Pit window, of course, is between 10 and 20 minutes in the race. I will put it in.
Oh no,
when...
we've got our first spinner here. We've got Bees.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Oh,
let's go back and see if we can have a look.
He's on the soft tires though, and from what I can tell, most of the field here are on hard. So,
it looks like he just lost it coming out of the corner there.
Again, another corner that is easily done due to the nature of you turning in and being pretty much off the gas. If you hook the grass, it's as our good friend Super GT would say, Barry R.
Barry R. A nice little battle here from 5th through 9th, I believe that is. Nice little pack of cars. Looks like
I'm fully expecting this to be very close racing.
Oh yeah, this is, and these one-make races are good for that, right? Like, you know, sometimes we talk about the meta cars. Flipster goes for a move down the inside. I think he ended up backing out there. But these one-make races are really good for that. You know, we talk about the Supra being fast here, or the Porsche being fast here. One-make race, you don't have to worry about it. It's really just tire strategy and skill. Flipster also on the soft tires. Now, let's go down the field and see what kind of tires we got. So we've talked about Kaza, Deering being on the hards. Two very talented drivers. Looks like Magnet, Apex Magnet is on the hards. Mike BRFC's on the hards. Jordan, Gelf. Flipster is the first one not on the hard tires in P7. Looking to make a move, although I know from racing on some of these tighter circuits, Wayne, it can be really difficult to make a move. Flipster, a little wide. And White Tiger. Another spin. That was Rose's. Let's go back and watch that.
It's that grass. It's the grass there on the inside. You just need to stay away from it if you possibly can.
May have been a little bit of a nudge there that sent them wide. It was hard to tell on that particular replay exactly what happened there. Now Roses and Bees find themselves back in the pack. Roses will look to rebound from there. Back up the grid we go. P6, 7, and 8, all nose to tail. And Wayne, I've said this to you before in our races, you know, every position matters. No matter where you are on the grid, if you can gain even one spot, every position matters.
It certainly does. If you can just, I mean, what I would do if I was one of these three here was do the nose to tail thing for as long as I possibly can, and then charge at the end. Just play it.
Right, you kind of have to play it by ear. You know, sometimes a good example would be, not that it I think made a huge difference, but we talked about only going 6 laps in our Group B race at Bathurst, and the first one with soft tires, and I elected to go 7 because it just felt good. You know, sometimes you have to make these decisions on the fly, and White Tiger points out positions matter, fastest lap and pole maybe more. I agree, and I think that's one thing that Jaeger and the other league management will have to consider, that fastest lap and pole are extremely powerful to your chances of winning, and maybe a little too powerful. I think Jaeger said he was going to look at that in between
it's worth
seasons.
5 points apiece, isn't it?
Yep, 5 points apiece.
To get both.
Yep,
5 points apiece.
I mean, that's 20 points on offer. That's
Formula
how much.
1, I believe, is only 1 point for the fastest lap. If I'm right, I'm sure chat's going to correct me on that.
Yeah, I'm not
keep failing on me.
I'm not sure, but 20 points is how much you get for finishing P2 in one race. So that's an extremely powerful thing. And so not only does P1 get 25 points, but potentially they could get as many as 35 points in a race if they are also the fastest lap and the pole sitter. So it's extremely powerful. Going to check back up on the top of the field.
Kaza and Deering are going at it. No bump drafting now, boys.
Yeah, no bump drafting allowed. Those two are
bump drafting. It's so tempting, though. It's so tempting when you have your teammate just ahead of you and you're being chased down by the other team, and you think, oh, I could just
give him a nudge.
Just give him a nudge. Oh, sorry, stewards. It was an accident.
The top two
good race here
are
at the front.
GTFU, but
top four.
the next three are MRL. I know their liveries look similar. Look at that camera angle. It looks so good.
It does.
This is beautiful. They're all on the hard tires.
Polyphony Digital, they know where to put the cameras on the track.
Oh yeah, they also do multiple angles for each turn too. So like if you rewind a replay, you'll get a different camera angle.
Oh really? I
Yep.
did not know that.
It's very cool. It's cool, and it's also really annoying because sometimes you're like, oh, that looked really good. I want to get a screenshot of that, and then it won't give you the camera angle again, and you're just like, gee, thanks.
Tom says it sounds like we know what's going on. Yeah.
Tom, we try.
We're pretending brilliantly.
Yes. I mean, broadcasting, so much of broadcasting is just kind of faking it. You know, you act like you know what you're talking about, and people are just like, wow, they know what they're talking about, even though we probably don't know any more than the average person. Deering's going to look to make a move on the inside, and Kaza gives him the space and lets him have it, but Mike is going to try and follow through. The disadvantage of no bump drafting is that if you concede a position to your teammate, you might concede a position to the enemy.
Yep, that's true. He's just followed him straight through.
Yep. Oh, this is a brilliant race up at the front. All of them on the same tires.
This is
Mike
what
might
it's
have
all
gotten a
about.
bump. Kaza might have bumped Mike a little. It was hard to tell. Maybe we can go back and have a peek.
I'm finding it easier to watch this battle from Deering's point of view.
Let's see. We're on board with Mike here. Did Kaza give a little bit of a bump? Oh, he kind of turned into Kaza a little bit. Ooh, that's tough. That was a tough one to say what happened. Call that one a racing incident as far as we can tell.
Yeah, a little bit of rubbing his racing kind of.
Yep. Good evening, Dino. Good to see you, my friend. Still, I mean, the top four within a second and a half.
Tom, straightaway is American for straight.
Oh, yeah. The straightaway, yep. That's what we call straights, yep. I didn't know that was...
The Americans love to add shit.
Yeah, we do. But, oh well. Anyway, well, you know, America has to embellish everything. Like, everything's bigger in Texas. You know?
Everything's got to be bigger.
The top four have settled themselves out for a moment. Let's go down the grid and see what else is going on. Looks like P5 and P6, one member from each team, are currently duking it out as they head onto the front straightaway. See if Flipster on the soft tires can hold the position from Jordan. Jordan is on the hards. This is looking really strong for MRL right now. A bunch of their folks are on the hard tires. Looks like there's also a pack of folks behind these two.
Literally nowhere either on those hard tires. Like, I mean,
oh, and Jordan goes around. Oh no, the hard tires strike again.
To the tires.
Let's go back and have a look from Jordan's perspective. Looks like Flipster goes defensive, well within his right to do so. He just loses it. He just loses it coming out of the corner. Ooh, that's unfortunate. We've seen a number of those. You know, with the overcast weather, it is very cool as the pit window is open, and I need to tell them, pit window open.
Commentators, track steward. Do you make the teas and the coffees too?
Look, if I had enough hands, I've said for years that I wish that the universe had given me a third arm. I would have done a lot more things in life with it. White Tiger says TC1 on the hards would be sensible here. I agree. You know, cool weather, the hard tires. I am a TC1 user all the time now because I think it's perfect for me. So it's definitely usable. But see, Wayne, here we go. We have 2, 4, 6, 7 cars all packed up together despite several spins. So as we say, every position matters. So you are still, even if you crashed, you're still in the race here.
Yeah, I mean, this race is so close that, I mean, a little spin here and there. I think a couple of the people that spun were actually on the soft tires.
Yep.
So catching up with the guys on the harder tires. There they go, into the pits, the hard tire users.
Yeah,
I knew they would go.
Deering is going to try, presumably, an overcut. Interesting strategy here.
It is. It's a very dangerous strategy considering how close everybody was.
It is, and Deering being on the hard tires, it's very scary. If someone goes to the softs here, which presumably these folks will,
it's going to be a huge undercut. A huge undercut. I think what we were getting at the daily race last week when you're changing tires at Watkins Glen, it was about 2.3 seconds of a difference between the two tires. So. Deering has got to do the best drive of his life right now.
Yeah, but he does have clean track, and sometimes that can help you focus with nobody behind you. I certainly know how that feels. Carhall, good to see you, my friend.
Oh, I think everybody can relate to that. Please don't be behind me or in front of me. No pressure.
This is still too close to call for race 1. That is for sure. Currently, Mike has the fastest lap. I suspect we'll see that get into the 49s before this race is over.
Oh yeah, as soon as those hards go on with some of the faster guys up the front, that's going down.
Urban Fire, good to see you, my friend. How's it going? So P2 was Kaza. So provisional P2 is Kaza, right? So there's still Kaza, Mike, and Magnet, still nose to tail. What a close race. We're 13 minutes in.
I'm going to say that Kaza might actually get the undercut.
I'm excited. All three of them might get the undercut because unlike
Kaz is in. So let's sorry, Deering's in.
Deering's in. Yep. So we're gonna see.
Deering's in.
We're gonna follow Kaza here and see if the three of them get the undercut here, and this is an exciting part of racing for me. The differing strategies, like just one strategy payoff versus another.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm watching Deering. His tires coming off, they're going on.
Bees is in. They are on the soft tires.
Oh, he's fueling.
Here comes Kaz onto the straight now. Deering put in a bunch of fuel.
Go for Deering. Oh, he did. He put in a lot of fuel. Oh, and the undercut was done just as he came out. Oh,
all three of them are going to get by. Very close. Oh, and Kaz has gone off. Oh, Kaz has gone off on the soft tires. Oh, no.
He made that work as well. He made that work.
Let's go back and have a look. I think Kaz just missed his braking point. That was tough to say. Oof. That is tough for Kaza. The strategy worked out a little bit. You know, they were at least close enough to the other three to where you could call it a toss-up. Not necessarily a win or a loss necessarily, but Wabbit, good to see you. Welcome. But that losing it into turn 1 like that, cold tires, maybe getting distracted by the people around them, that is tough. But only a couple seconds behind Deering. Deering has fallen behind the two MRL drivers. Still, as they say, a lot to play for here. Flipster now in. They were on the soft tires. We'll see what they go to. Sometimes, though, Wayne, when a mistake like that happens and you're behind a little pack, sometimes you can also focus because you don't have to worry about people behind you. You can just do the chasing.
That's true. And also, if Kaza can get himself up on the back of that little pack that he's chasing, you will get the double slipstream effect from the two cars ahead. So, I mean, he's not out of it by a long way.
And we still have half the race to go, you know. Still a number of laps to come back. And
I don't want to use a football quote here, but it is a race of two halves.
Yes,
the chat will love that one. The chat will love that one.
You know, racing is a sport, right? And football/soccer, it's a sport, right? We can use interchangeable quotes here. Alf, why are you bringing Bob's personal life into the stream? You let that man flirt in peace. Here we go, 13.5 minutes to go. P7 is T.A. Robson. They are leading a pack of cars. Robson's on the mediums. B's went double soft, I believe. Would have to go back and check.
That's very brave.
It is. Especially being that, you know, but again, every position matters, right? And if you think, hey, I may not be able to get P6, but I can get P7, if you feel comfortable driving on the harder tires in the second race, you know, that's what you gotta do.
Again, Polyphony Digital make it in such a way that some of the cars, they handle better on some tires than others. I mean, take for example the Group 3 Supra, absolutely brilliant car on the mediums or the softs, but put the hards on it and it suddenly just becomes a car on ice skates.
Right.
It's so some people prefer to put certain tires on, and it's still very quick. I've raced Dan while he's on hard tires and I'm on mediums, and he's still winning. You know, so
here comes Roses,
all to play for,
who was leading the race coming into the pits, and they had on the mediums. Let's see what tire they're going to put on. Roses was one of the ones that spun out earlier. We'll see where they end up. Looks like they're going to come out in P12, and they're going on the hards. Now, this is potentially a good strategy. They were on the mediums. Now they're going onto the hards. They know they spun out. They're way behind. They're essentially throwing this race to go soft in race 2.
That might work out as well, because in evening times are much kinder on the tyres. So if we're at Spa and it gets to evening, the soft tyres are going to actually last a bit longer.
Yep. And we might even see what was pulled on us in our very first CTC race, where they pitted and then didn't change tires. Because the tire wear was so low on the Red Bull Junior that you didn't even have to change tires, and it was literally just a roll into the pits, stop and go. It saved him 4 or 5 seconds. Let's go back to the front of the field.
There was no tire wear on those cars whatsoever, so it's going to be definitely exciting.
Deering is back out in front here. Kaza has almost caught up to the top 3. They never really were that far away. But let's see, are they in slipstream range? Yes, Kaza is in slipstream range.
Well, for such a big off into the kitty litter as well.
Yep.
Being straight back onto the tail end of this leading group is no small feat.
No. Kaza also with the fastest lap, 48.9. That's a quick one. That is a quick one.
Well, we predicted 49s, but 48s.
Hey, look, I can only predict within the realms of my talent, and there are plenty of people more talented than me at this game.
Yes, I can only apply the lap times that I would possibly do. So I was predicting a 2 hour 20. So
have a good night, Carl. Yeah, so we'll see if it gets lowered anymore, but we have a 4-way battle for first with 10 minutes to go, as the pit window is closed, but I am fairly confident everybody pitted well within the time limit, so should be no gripes there.
It's just a straight fight to the end.
Yep. Just the way we like it. Ooh, Kaza went for a move. Couldn't tell if there was a little contact. I think there might have been, but either way, Magnet retains the position, so no harm, no foul there. Oh, I hate this corner so much. Mike using all of the track and then some.
I think he was trying to make his own road.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to do that. In fact, I think that was a car company's slogan for a while. Make your own roads. I feel like I saw that on TV at some point. Kaz is looking to set up a move here into turn 1. Or when we get to turn 1 anyway. Right on the back bumper of Magnet. Magnet goes defensive. See, here we go. Gonna ride and chase Cam with Magnet. Ooh. Ooh, a little bit of a bump. Can Magnet hold it? Kaz around the outside. I think Magnet just kind of gave up the position to try and lose as little time as possible.
That was a good move.
That was a nice move.
He can now sit in the slipstream of Kaza and pull himself back up behind the guys ahead there.
Speaking of slipstream, we have a new fastest lap. Mike BRFC with a 48.6 in the slipstream of Deering.
Ooh. See, that just goes to show the effect of the slipstream here. You know, sitting firm. I mean, were there to be another car in between them, they would probably have been quicker because you get a double effect on Gran Turismo. So.
Yep. But the top 4 alternating teams. We have GTFU in P1, MRL P2, GTFU P3, MRL P4. Very close. Let's go down the rest of the grid and see what's going on. There is still a pack of cars a little ways away. It looks like Flipster is all by themselves. They have also gone double soft here. Interesting strategy, maybe to secure a better position. Flipster well on their way to a P5 as long as they keep it on the track. But at what cost? Those Red Bull Juniors, those Red Bulls, in my testing when I drove these 2 cars last night, the Red Bull killed you a little more than the Megane did. The Megane was lovely to drive. The Red Bull was, especially on the hard tires, a little sketchy.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the guys that have not got any softs left to use on those cars. They do perform a lot better on the softs.
Yep, they do.
They have a wing on the back, but it might as well just be there for show because it doesn't really stop you from doing any kind of pirouette.
That is true, and another thing about Spa is that Spa is very tire intensive. So
well, with corners like Pouan and going down Blanchimont, it's going to be very, very tight on tires. We've got Deering going purple. Deering is going purple.
Deering is purple.
With no slipstream, I might add. So
nice.
We could be on for a faster lap without slipstream. He's now 2.4 seconds behind second place.
Yep, Kaza's made the move up to P2. Kaza, a heck of a driver, managed to catch up to Mike, and yes, as you said, Wayne, Deering is gone. There must have been...
I hesitate to use this because I know that Matt is watching in the stream, but he's brought the luck of the Irish. Go, Matt. I'm waiting for it.
Mike may have had a small oops that caused... Because Kaza and Magnet were kind of nose to tail, and Mike and Deering were kind of nose to tail, so... We will see here at the end of this lap if Deering really is on for a purple lap.
Thank you, Matt.
I couldn't get through one stream without this coming up somehow. I couldn't. No, it is not a purple lap for Kaza at the very least. Not a purple lap for Deering either. Deering's actually lost a little bit of time to Kaza, but they are teammates, so ultimately not a big deal if you're a fan of GTFU. Going back down the grid, we know Flipster's all by themselves. We know Magnet's in P4, kind of sticking to the back of his teammate. P6, Robson.
Driving a solid race.
Yeah, Flipster's having a good race.
Keep it on the track, no mistakes, 5th place.
Yep, no shame in that
for
whatsoever.
That in the game.
Yeah, right.
A numbered stat for that in the game. So
that's right.
Top 5.
That's
worth something. That's right.
We do have teammates Robson and Gelf, P6 and P7. So it looks like P8 and P9 are also MRL drivers. P10, 11, and P12, I believe. Roses has a different livery on, but P10 and 11 are GTFU drivers. I think this is going to be pretty close. I mean, if things continue as they are, and we still have about two laps to go, this is going to be pretty close, all things considered. Oh, Deering had an incident. Oh, let's go back and look. Deering is down to P4. What happened?
I just caught the tail end of him.
Oh, he went wide on the worst corner in the game.
Oh no!
Oh, and then was rolling backwards on the straight. Wow, that was actually kind of incredible. I almost want to go back and watch that again. I'm gonna have to watch that back on the stream.
We have to quote our friend Steve over at Super GT again, and he had a date with Barry R. That is probably the worst Barry R.
That is without a doubt the worst Barry R. I hate that corner so much, and that is exactly why. The grass will kill you, the inside fence or rail or whatever you want to call it will kill you, and now Deering is 6 seconds behind the lead. Scampy, good to see you. Welcome.
Such a commanding lead.
Deering was having a fantastic run. That's the cruelty of not only racing, but I think the physics in this game. I'm not a super sim racing expert, but grass feels extra punishing in this game. Could be that's how it actually is, and I'm just ignorant.
Well, practicing this track, that corner where Deering went off, if you touch the grass, it is going to act like a vacuum cleaner and suck you into that barrier.
And that is also why I use traction control on 1, because it seems to save you from those moments where the car just loses it completely in the grass. You can still lose it, but if you're going mostly straight, it doesn't just kill you. And so that's why I use it. 2 minutes to go. We're going to have one more lap. And we have ourselves a battle for P1. Mike has taken the lead over Kaza. See if we can go back and see you.
The director stays with this battle.
Yeah. Tell the guy doing the stream to stay with the battle. No, the move was already there, so. Mike is doing a little bit of I don't know. Was there a Formula 1 driver that liked the snake down the straightaway? Doing a little bit of, I wouldn't call it weaving, but making a conscious attempt not to let the slipstream happen. As he goes defensive into turn 1. Can Kaza stick it around the outside again? Yes.
Oh, he's got that move sorted. He's been practicing that, which is another thing that people should realise about Gran Turismo is that don't only practice the lines, but practice off the lines, because you might need to do exactly what Kaza just did there.
Yeah, we'll look at it again as I accidentally flipped the roses. Yeah, fantastic move by Kaza. And the thing with that corner is that it's somewhat cambered so that you can use the outside line to get a run more than someone might think you can. But still, I mean, P1 is up for grabs, and MRL is in a pretty good spot here with P2 and P3. And P5, I believe.
I don't have a counter.
Nope,
so
that's GTFU that's in P5.
Is this the final lap? I don't have a counter.
Yep, we got 36 seconds to go here. This is absolutely the final lap. So this is for all the marbles. We are going to stay with the top 2.
If Kaza takes this, he took it with the move of the century on the outside of the first corner.
Absolutely. Here we go, final corner. See if Mike can get enough of a slipstream, but he had a bit of an oops coming out of the corner.
Yep, a little bit of a wobble.
Little bit of a wobble.
But it might have cost him the slipstream.
Yep, I don't think he'll be able to get there in time.
No, but it was a valiant effort.
And he stole fastest lap right on the last lap. Wow.
Well, that's the way to get fastest lap right there. Give no one a chance to beat it.
That was incredible. Let's go down the order here.
That was a Lewis Hamilton move right there. Get the fastest lap on there.
White Tiger, I agree. It helps when everyone's clean. Flipster with P5. Here comes Robson and Gelf. P6, P7. Jordan will be P8. Omen P9. Bees P10. Oscar P11. And Roses is going to bring us home in P12.
Fantastic effort to everybody.
Wow,
that was not easy.
Awesome move into turn 1 by Kaza. That was fantastic and really clean driving from Mike too, because it's so easy to get on the power and just understeer right to the outside of the track. Just extremely well done. All right, give me a moment. We're gonna look at the results.
just outstanding race. Yeah, well, let me put up my congratulations to the guys in there.
GTFU in P4. P6, 7, and 8 are all MRL folks. 6, 7, and 8. Let's look at the next bit. MRL P9.
Is this where we have the drum roll?
10. Yeah. And then P12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, GTFU is roses. Let me go back and make absolutely sure. More impressive when you remember he went off track there earlier. He did. He went off track there right coming out of the pits.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. All right. Check it again. P1 GTFU. Yep. P2 and 3 MRL. Yep. P4 and 5 GTFU. Yep. P6, 7, 8, and 9 MRL. Yep. And then P10, 11, and 12 GTFU with pole position and the fastest lap going to GTFU. Oh, Wayne. Wayne.
Have we got a close one?
We got a close one.
We have a close one.
This is what it... I'm gonna do my best Jaeger impression, okay?
Sorry, Jaeger. If you're out there listening, he apologizes.
Why are we apologizing? We are just emulating our friend Jaeger and building the tension, right?
The tension. I thought you was literally going to do an impression of Jaeger.
No. MRL 59. GTFU 63.
Oh, isn't that the same points that we got in the first race?
It's very close.
It is.
Jaeger is racing. Close. You're fine. He might watch this back later and be like, hey, what were they talking about?
Again, sorry.
It's again, you want to talk about football here. It's all to play for in the second race. I think they say that over there, right?
I was trying to think of an American football reference that I'd know about. It's like the fourth quarter and the last down.
Yeah.
The sun's going down and the moon is rising.
Going down. Oh, Lord. Why'd I bring you on again? Just kidding. That was a brilliant race. Absolutely brilliant race.
About do it or else.
Yeah. Do it or else? What did they say? The chips are down. Is that
the chips are down?
Is that an American
very
one?
English.
Or is that English?
Very English. This is a very English saying there. The chips are down. When the chips are down. Oh, Spa, one of my favorite places to race.
This track is so difficult.
It is not an easy track. I believe it is the longest track in the Formula One calendar, so they don't go to a track that's longer.
Really? I didn't know that.
It has the least lap count. They only do 45 laps, but it is a real challenge. It's a challenge. I think that no one in the racing community, be it sim racing or the real racing community, would ever turn their nose up at having a chance to get on this track and race around it.
Oh my gosh. If I could do this for real, absolutely would.
Show me the steering wheel. Of course, we won't get this today in these races, but Spa is also known for its flash floods and it's sunny summer weather one minute and it's torrential downpour monsoon the next. But yeah, rivers of water flowing down Eau Rouge is a sight to see.
Nay says this is the worst track in the game, and I think, Nay, you feel that way about 4 or 5 tracks, so I'm going to need you to pick one.
I can add a few tracks to that. Nay thinks that about every track in this game. Apart from Deep Forest and Trial Mountain, I think.
And as Alf said, we will be here for the final against TCR in the Group 2 Lexus for both races.
Yeah, that's... Oh... I mean, I don't know if I'm racing. We haven't decided this yet, but it's it's going to be a tough one, that one. I'm just looking at the liveries here for MRL, and they've got a sort of faux Ferrari.
Oh yeah, look at that
little thing with the little wheels over the caps. It actually looks quite good. Continental. Let's see if I can find a...
I appreciate the tires.
Yeah, it's the little touch they used to do on some of the Formula One cars, that when they had wheel covers, they put the wheels on the outside. But yeah,
here's GTFU.
Yeah, very similar.
Very similar. Still distinct enough to where you can tell.
It's reminiscent of Ferrari, sort of mid 2000s, where they started to put the white flashes on the car.
Yeah.
It's very old school Ferrari. It also looks a bit like the GT1 cars, where they put the flashes of white. But yeah, I've noticed somebody doesn't have a livery. Yeah, Hybrix Roses obviously didn't make it to the paint shop in time.
You know what? Sometimes all you can do is, you know what? We'll call it the backup car.
Yes.
They had a moment with the normal car in practice and had to call in the backup car, which they brought in via helicopter this morning. So you take what you can get.
It's a 5-mile run back to the pits, I believe, to change cars, but like it was back in the 80s in the old Formula One and touring car days, where you run back and get the spare car.
Yeah. Even the default livery looks pretty nice on the Red Bull Junior. Speaking of steering wheel, this cockpit view is one of the best in the whole game. It's very, and I know you love it whenever I reference this, it's very iRacing-esque.
Well, of course, with better graphics.
You would bring that up. Good evening, Echo. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you.
Good evening to everyone in chat.
Better graphics and mirrors that you don't have to turn on.
Well, the one thing I like about this interior view is there's not much to look at, which is good, because when you go into some of the other cars, there's like little screens you've got to see what's behind you, and it's all very fantastic. But this one's just bare bones car, steering wheel, wing mirrors, racetrack.
Hey Prodigy, how's it going? Welcome. I mean, this just feels like the Formula Vs or the Formula Fords that I raced in iRacing, except I turned the steering wheel off, which I really wish you could do in Gran Turismo. Because like a good example would be when you're turning here, the driver's hand is like directly in front of you. I feel like you might as well drive with your eyes closed.
Well, there is a little fantastic thing you can do with interior cars if you're not confident about your steering, is you can use the steering wheel as a kind of a marker as you go around the corners, because it's actually pretty one-to-one. As you see when they go around the corners here, it's especially in things like the go-karts. I mean, the go-karts have to be driven in interior view.
Right.
You know,
right. Because the bumper cam looks down.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few people that use interior view just to get turning angle right and stuff, but yeah, I'm not an interior view fan per se. I think it's like looking through a letterbox and racing on one of the most dangerous fast tracks in the world. But this is good, open cockpit.
Yeah, I feel like I can see in this view. Scores on the doors for us latecomers. Echo, currently it is GTFU 63, MRL 59. Kaza had a brilliant final lap in the first race, making a move around Mike BRFC in turn 1 on the final lap to take the lead, and despite taking an unusual line through turn 1, had the fastest lap of the race on the final lap, snatching P1 and the fastest lap points. So still anybody's race here as we're in race 2, the Red Bull Juniors at Spa.
Yeah, I'm almost jealous of this one. I would have loved to have had a go at these cars around Spa.
Well, Wayne, fortunately, you have access to Gran Turismo 7, just like these people, so you can drive the Red Bull Juniors around whenever you want.
Whenever I want.
I'm gonna put the score in chat in the event echoes. In the event anyone wants to hear it or see it. MRL 59.
I don't know if we should mention the Discord.
I mean, I didn't get that far into my thoughts for this broadcast, Wayne. And for all latecomers, also hello, Dave-O. I don't think I said hello to you. For anyone who's joined recently, I'm DJ Brohawk, and I'm joined by Slide Rules 2, aka my Apex Hunter Racing teammate Wayne, bringing you all the live action from what has been a great series so far. And really looking forward to this one. This is one of the tracks. I spent a lot of time on this track just because of the S license. The 10th one where you drove on the drying line. Yeah. In that Porsche. It was very satisfying to get gold on that. But
I'm still yet to get gold on that.
Oh my god. You know, it might be easier now because, you know, they've changed the physics at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I've had a lot more running in wet conditions on the game since when the game
Right.
launched. So.
I'm sure you're a lot better of a player now too, with all the racing that we do together all the time.
I would say no to that, but I know my teammates and yourself would argue the point, so I'm not going to argue the point.
Well, for me, so like racing with somebody like Dan, who is just faster than me at pretty much every combo, if I get behind Dan, it forces me to actually drive faster than I normally drive. And that helps me learn where I can push the car in ways that maybe I couldn't do it intuitively, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Having racers that we have on tap, like James and Dan and things like that, to pick their brains and everything by osmosis, even just by being around them, you learn a whole lot more than you would if you would say a lone wolf at Gran Turismo. Mm-hmm. Definitely a community feel for Gran Turismo is the way to go if you want to rise up through the ranks, to have people there to talk to and ask questions. And even if you're in a C rank or a D rank or anything, get yourself into a community, get asking questions.
Absolutely.
Questions. No one will be angry at the questions, you know, so
absolutely. And a lot of communities across Gran Turismo, and not just the one we try to foster at Apex Hunter Racing, there's a lot of really welcoming people in the Gran Turismo community. We talk about the aliens, we talk about people that are fast. A lot of people are willing to help or give pointers if you just ask, so it's great. I mean, I love the people. I mean, Wayne, you're one of them. I've met some incredible people through Gran Turismo. When I started playing it,
too kind, brother.
A year and a half ago, we're playing GT Sport online and all.
Well, here we go with the qualifying, and this is one of those tracks where you want to get out of the pits.
Yep.
ASAP.
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna have to sort of be nose to tail.
Yep.
Because of the time limit.
Yep.
The distance of the track. You're probably on one flying lap. Well,
yeah, I mean,
here's all the races.
Yes, good luck to everyone, and you bring up a really good point, Wayne, in that. Do you try and get 2 laps knowing you might be in traffic, or do you just sacrifice your first lap and get 1 lap that will be in clean track?
Yeah, it's like the margins with a 5 minute time limit. I mean, what are the lap times we're putting in? 2+ minutes.
2:20,
So,
2:19.
2:20. It's so tight. It's so tight.
Yep.
I mean, you don't really want to slow down and let too many people get past you, or go in the gravel, dearie. Let me bring up the screen furniture, which is something I always forget to do.
Scampy says 1 lap for him. One thing that I like to do when the timer is tight, I want to get out as fast as I can and then gauge and then try to cross the start-finish line to where I'll have 2 laps. So here, like if I had gotten out behind Mike, maybe I'm right behind Mike. I'll as I'm kind of warming up the tires and going through the lap, I try to get a gauge, okay, when am I going to cross the start-finish line? How much time am I going to have left? And the idea is, if a lap is 2:20, I want to cross the line at about 2:25. Because if I can't cross the finish line by 2:25, my lap's gone horribly wrong, and I don't want to keep it anyway. But it also allows me to have kind of a banker lap, where maybe I get a 2:21 or something, but I can really push because I'll have that extra lap. We're going to go on board with Mike.
I think the only person at the moment, and maybe two or three people that are on for it, maybe a banker lap, is Mike.
Yep.
And Magnet possibly.
Yep. We're at 2:23, 24. Yeah, Magnet will get a second lap. Mike will definitely get 2.
Kaz may. I mean, he was just over, I think. Just over your little benchmark of 2:25.
Yeah, and 2:25 is a pretty generous estimation. I mean, if you're looking to run a 2:20, all you need is a couple seconds, right? A 2:22.
Yeah, 2:22. Of course, we have to account for the overrun time that I believe is a minute 30. So we have to add that onto the end of the qualifying as well. So
yeah, I'm not sure if they ever changed that to 3 minutes or not. I can't remember.
Well, at least
it should be however long, except for when somebody does a pit party and makes us wait. Ooh, Mike gets a little loose, but he held it.
Oh, this Red Bull Junior, look at the size of that wing that does absolutely nothing. I don't know of a more useless piece of plastic. Oh, hang on, Xbox.
Ooh.
But yes.
Burn. Nobody watching this stream is even on an Xbox to defend themselves. Look at what you've done. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not done to laugh at your own jokes, is it? But that was actually quite funny.
If you can't make yourself laugh, then what are you doing, right? No one else needs to laugh at your jokes but you anyway. White Tiger, yeah, some communities are training up drivers. I know Race Asylum has the little academy thing. Phil Spencer called, he agrees. Even Microsoft's top brass agree with you. Actually, they kind of do. They said they lost the console war. That's pretty much it.
They have basically. I don't think that. I mean, for as much as Forza looks good and everything, I don't think that Forza 8 is going to save their really poor release rate, and it's a shame because the console wars is what we live for. You know, I used to love it, but.
All right, a 220.7 for Mike, leading us off here. Magnet with a 221.8. 221.8 for Kaza. Looks like several folks are going to get 2 laps, just barely. 223 for Gelf, 23.5 for Omen, a 21.0 for Jordan. Here we are on, of course, the final lap. There will be a couple folks that do not get another lap. Deering a 222.3. B's a 34.4.
I wonder if that little off there that he had affected that in any way or knocked him for his confidence a bit, because he was quite fast in the last race.
Well, and you never know. This is a completely different car. They're similar in some ways, but this one is. It kills you a little more easily, and if you're used to really pushing the Megane around, it can be a little unsettling to lose the back end. And of course, the curbs here are terrible.
It is a cliffhanger every single corner with this car. You have no idea what's coming next. I think we got, when we raced it at Sardinia, I think we had understeer and oversteer all in the same corner.
We were just holding on for dear life, I think. Because I think most of us went with the hard tires in that race for the first stint, and it was it was messy. I think that is what convinced me to go traction control full time. I think because I was just dying repeatedly in practice. Mike is 3/10 up. Looks like there was about 7 or 8 folks that got to do another lap, so it's a little unfortunate given the circumstances, because personally I like it when everyone gets the same amount of laps, you know, because sometimes the pits, you get stuck in there and
5 minutes is, as we said at the beginning of this qualifying, 5 minutes is really tight for Spa.
Yeah.
Really tight, and it doesn't really matter what car you're in, I guess.
4/10 improvement for Mike, who gets the lap in right as time runs out. Guessing
well, he couldn't
there
have timed
was,
that any better, could he?
No. All right, so pole position. I'm going to write all this stuff down. MRL 59.
Oh, he destroyed that. 7/10 quicker over second place.
Yeah, Mike had a fantastic lap there.
I think Mike is used to that car somewhat.
Well, you know what? Fortunately, practice is allowed, so maybe he focused on that one. We did see some 219s in practice, though, so I'm not really sure. The wind is really blowing. It's blowing right down the Kemmel Straight. I believe that's what that is, the backstretch there.
Here's where us professional commentators get all of the corners wrong. If we end up calling one of them Simon, we apologise. But we have in the team named one of them Simon, after our good friend and teammate Simon.
Yep. That continuation almost sorted the problem of 8 getting another lap. Yeah, only Mike was able to improve their time there. Kind of unfortunate. But we're going to sort it out over the next 30 minutes. GTFU with a slight lead over MRL. Wayne, I expect this race to be just as good as the last one.
Oh, I can't wait for the start of this race. Going into that first corner on Spa, it's an adventure. I think you could actually make an entire movie out of going into this one corner. I have just visions of Formula One, the time when it was wet and they all crashed into each other and it was just mayhem.
Here we
go.
Good luck,
boys.
Good luck, everyone. No crazy good starts this time. Teammates P1 and P2 go in to turn 1. Yeah, Kaza looking for around the outside again. Nope, couldn't hold it.
I think because they're all in exactly the same car, and these cars do accelerate pretty much at the same. We weren't going to see a crazy start. We're going to see a crazy race though.
I would venture to guess most folks are going to be using the soft tire, maybe without changing. We will see. We'll see how the tires wear as we go along. But a nice, tidy start here to race 2 in Spa. Ooh, Kaz is getting brave. Oh, there was contact. Ooh, that didn't look good.
Jordan finding out how useless that piece of plastic really is.
Right? Let's have a look at Kaza and see what happened here. Ooh, that was close. Maybe got a piece of Jordan's quarter panel and was trying to back out. And we come back to Kaza, who's in the middle of a bumper car race here. Looks like it's all settling down just a little.
Roses made his or her, I'm not sure, but up to second place, which is
fantastic driving from Roses. Sometimes you can take advantage of all the carnage and just sneak your way through, Wayne. This is kind of your specialty. When you see carnage, you know, you just appear on the other side of it like, thanks for the positions, fellas.
It's all about consistency. I mean, keeping it consistent and not crashing it, you will overtake the people that crash it.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, a racing car works better when it's going at full speed, not facing the wrong way on the grass.
Yep. All right, let's go down the list and see what we have in terms of tires. We got Mike on the softs, Rose is on the softs, Jordan on the softs, Deering is on the mediums to start, Magnet's on the softs, Kaz is on the mediums, Gelf on the softs, Omen on the softs, Robson on the softs, Oscar on the softs, Flipster's on the hards, and Bees is on the hards. Bees
so
and
we have
Flipster.
Got some hard users.
Yeah. Well, Flipster, I think, has to use the hards and mediums this race. Rose is one of those with 2 sets of softs. Also, if they decide to use them, White Tiger, exactly. You know, Roses essentially punted their last race so that they could do soft if they wanted, or they could go without changing at all. As long as they do enter the pits, a pit stop is required, but changing the tires or adding fuel is not required.
Absolutely, but they won't be needing to refuel here.
Mike appears to be running away with this one. Of course, it's still very early, and as we saw last race, Deering looked like they were going to run away with it, and then had a big oops. Looks like Kaza's picked up a penalty, and Wayne, this thing, I have a love-hate relationship with this track because as soon as you start pushing the car, that's when you hit the curbs, and that's when the car ends up facing sideways.
Yeah, you want to show a massive amount of respect to the curbs here at Spa. They are your worst enemy, especially the 2 corners going on to Blanchimont. I have seen DJ facing the wrong way a couple of times in those corners. But as you've quite rightly pointed out in the past, DJ, when it happens, it just drags you out of your brain, and you're like,
Yep. It just completely breaks your concentration.
Yeah.
So, Mike's run away with it. P2 and P3 are right next to each other. Roses is on Team GTFU, so this is a battle for important points.
It is. Mike's channeling is in a Michael Schumacher.
Channeling is in her Tidgeny. You know, Tidgeny, we watched a stream with TCR the other day, and Tidgeny was here. I don't know if it was in the Red Bulls or not. I don't remember, but Tidge drove away with it. Mike appears to be doing the same thing. The best thing you can do for your team is just run away.
Absolutely, Scampy. Absolutely, it is an absolute killer.
Yeah, whatever that is, the AstroTurf or whatever they call that, that's one wheel on that, and you are not returning to the track.
It's supposed to slow you down in some way, but all it does is speed you up into a spin.
All it does is send you into the abyss.
That's it.
It speeds up your trip to 6 feet under.
It goes straight through the shadow realm into the plaid realm.
Yes. That's a nice reference. I appreciate that. P4 Deering, P5 Magnet. Again, positions that matter. These are 2 folks on different teams. Good evening, James. Good to see you, my friend. Ooh, Deering went a little wide there. You never see, so like this camera angle here, you can see the downward elevation change on that right-hander. You can't really, you can kind of tell. Oh, Deering almost lost it. Ooh, what a save, and Magnet had to take evasive action and went on the grass.
Very close. Oh, we do have Bees is off. Bees has just spun it.
Let's have another look.
Oh,
Deering and Magnet's battle. Woo! That was one worthy of max power there.
Oh, yeah. Bees had an off back at the top of the Kemmel straight there.
Bees had a moment.
Now running 19 seconds behind Flipster.
Ooh, that's tough. So Bees is already on the hard tires, and so from here, may not be a lot Bees can do. You just kind of have to put your head down and hope that someone else makes a similar mistake. I mean, you really, truly don't ever know. You know, a good example would be there was a World Series race that Baptiste Beauvois was running away with in the World Series race, and he was so far ahead the commentator stopped focusing on him, and he hit a curb glitch on Watkins Glen and ended up crashing and ended up finishing P3, which of course isn't his fault, but you really never know, right?
No. Anything can happen. Anything.
Yep, anything. Jordan with the fastest lap at 21.3 as they make the move on the inside of Rosas. Nice.
Of course, she's now got the slipstream all the way. I'm assuming that Rose is a female racer, so apologies if not. I'm sure the chat will correct me on this.
Well, this is why if I don't know, I just say they. Makes it easier that way.
That's it. That's a good way of dealing with it.
Roses around the outside into the chicane here. Oh, there was contact.
Oh,
a little bit of a cut of the corner. Let's watch it again.
Well, will there be a penalty applied to that? Usually,
the stewards may have a look at this later.
Usually, the computer will recognize that there was a bump, so there was no track limits.
So Jordan got their braking point wrong. Echo says Roses is he.
Okay, my apologies to Roses.
In any case, Jordan got their braking point wrong, but Roses retains the position. Don't think the stewards will look too hard at that one, as Jordan's lost a considerable amount of time. So we carry on.
It is a very difficult corner to get the overtake right into. It's probably one of the better places at Spa to try and get an overtake in. But if you're not literally inch perfect, then, well, you see the results.
James says he hears Rosas and thinks Outcast. James, start with Guns N' Roses, please, before you go to Outcast. You know what? You can tell James is English. Because when you hear Roses, the first thought's not Guns N' Roses. Come on, James.
I take exception to that, I'm afraid, DJ, because I would have thought of Guns N' Roses first.
Yeah, but you're like honorary American, so...
one honorary American to one honorary Brit.
That's right. All right, you know what? Somebody kick James out of the stream. Never heard a Guns N' Roses song in his life.
Is there a mod there that can time James out? Anyway, there's a race happening. Deering has a half a second penalty there, which is not a good thing to have at Spa.
No.
The penalty line is at the beginning of Blanchimont, which is, as everybody knows, a very long and very fast straight.
Yep. We'll be able to use some of Kaz's slipstream to negate some of that until the penalty actually happens. Kaz and Deering sitting mid-pack.
Yeah. Comfortably as well on the racing mediums. Both on the racing mediums, so they're going for the same strategy.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. You know, we will see. Certainly, a lot of these folks still have the medium tire to use. A lot of them went hard, soft. So the thing with this car is that they can wait. Speaking of waiting, we need to tell them that the pit window is open.
Can we also time out Alf?
Pit window open. Fortunately, nobody passed the pits before I was able to put that message in. I'm sure somebody would be yelling at me afterward if I didn't. Kick Dino also for his comment. Oh my chat has devolved into a lack of musical history knowledge.
Alf has referenced "Bed of Roses" by Bon Jovi, which is an instant kick.
Anyway, back to the race.
If you can't tell, we're all music fans, so...
So Mike is driving away with it, but Mike still has to use... I don't recall if he started on the hards or the mediums.
I think he did.
He started on the hards, I believe. Oh yeah, the top 4, they were all started on the hards, so he still has the mediums to use. So there may still be something in this later on.
Oh,
Kaza and Deering are pitting now, which makes sense. They probably won't have to put... They won't have to put any fuel in it, I don't think. 29 liters left with... That's... What, 2/5 of the fuel, and we're past a third? I don't know. They figured this out. I'm just the commentator. I'm only so smart.
They're changing tires. Run the fuel until it runs out. Run the tires until it runs out, and then run the race till it runs out. Good strategy.
Good strategy. They did put a little bit of fuel in it.
I would have put some in personally myself, just as a little security net.
Hello, Ray. Good to see you. Welcome.
What Flipster doesn't look like he put any fuel in at all.
You know, in my testing, I wasn't sure if we needed, and by we I mean if I needed to put any in or not. But I didn't run a whole race to actually check. I just kind of ballparked it. There may have needed to have been 1 lap worth of fuel put in it, but it really wouldn't be a lot.
Oh no, it's a splash and dash at best.
Yep.
Well, nobody was going for any kind of undercut or any kind of different strategy. They've all come out line astern.
Yep. We'll see how the tire strategy does play out. I mean, Mike is in that situation where you start up front, you have the soft tire available, you might as well try and run away. But as we've seen in the past, and me personally, I don't like using the softer tire first. I've done it. I don't like it because you're at the mercy. If you get caught, you're at the mercy of someone behind you who could very well be on the softer tire. Very hard to defend that for long.
I think does need to come in at some point to cover those people that have gone onto the softer tire. If he has the medium, I believe
he has the mediums left.
Yeah, so he's going to need to come in this lap. Okay, I'm wrong.
1 more. Actually,
possibly.
Maybe 2. I mean, 2:20s. That's 4:40.
Well, he has a 7 second. He has a 7 second. But I'm just thinking of the guys that are behind Kaza and Deering. They're now on the softs.
Yep.
And they're not slow.
No, they're not. We saw them last race going fantastic.
37 seconds behind. I don't know what the pit delay is.
Well, you know this. Pretty sure. Actually, I'm not sure if this is the 24-hour Spa or not. I would pit this time so you didn't have the issue that I had. Yeah, White Tiger, I think I was watching that stream where you got, was that when you got reset? You went into the pits and got spun around and then you ended up getting reset outside the pits. Was that you? I don't recall.
That's a cold glitch right there.
Oh, it's terrible. Yep, I remember that. It was terrible. I was mad for you.
Yeah, I would have been mad for you as well.
Yeah, that was
GT does swing in both ways. When it's doing its thing correctly, it's you probably can't get a better game on console, and when it's doing its thing badly, it does it really badly.
Yep.
So, but hey, we love it. We're here. We're
right.
in a league race. We're amongst friends.
That's right. So let's go back through the grid one more time. Mike obviously with a commanding lead. Rosas in P2. Rosas does have soft available. So, but Rosas is on the softs now, and Mike's getting away, so it'll be tough to catch Mike here, but either way, I mean, a strong showing for Rosas right now. P2. P3 is Jordan, who briefly had the fastest lap until Mike took it back. Then 4 seconds behind, we have Magnet. Then 1.5 seconds behind them, we have Gelf. Then about 8.5 seconds behind, we have Robson. 1.5 seconds behind them, we have Oscar. A second behind
Gelf
them.
just took a penalty.
Uh-oh. We'll get back to that in a moment. Omen, a second behind Oscar. Then 11 seconds behind Omen is Kaza. Deering, a second and a half behind Kaza. And then 20 seconds behind Deering is Flipster. And then 28 seconds behind Flipster is Bees. Flipster and Bees are both on the medium tires. Oscar coming into the pits now.
Speaking of Gelf, he's now my favourite driver. He's wearing a replica of a Red 5 helmet from Star Wars.
Nice.
Actually. So, anyway, I interrupted your pit stop. Yes, pit stop.
We have reached
fellow American.
We have reached the point where we're talking about twerking in the chat. Chat has gone off the rails. So yeah, my fellow American Oscar came in the pits, and it looks like they elected to not change tires. Maybe put a little bit of fuel in it, but they still have the softs on. Be interesting to see how that plays out. We have Omen with a half-second penalty. Pretty much everyone is going to have to pit this time by, if they have not already.
Mike hasn't been in, has he? So he needs to...
Nope, it has to be this time by.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're going to have to really do some stewarding, and...
I'm not sure if he's...
I'm going to gently request that nobody make me do actual stewarding today. That would be great.
That would be kind, very kind. Yeah.
So,
because I hate making decisions like that. You know, we sometimes have to do it when teammates post like, "Oh, what do you think of this situation?" That he's like, "Oh, I don't know."
Guilty. I just tell him guilty.
Yeah, guilty.
Here's how well Mike is doing right now. Lap 4, 5, and 6, all within 7 1/1000ths of each other.
Crazy consistency.
That's incredible skill. I mean, lap 4 a 2:20.839, lap 5 an 8:32, lap 6 an 8:38. I mean, in the zone.
Yeah, he's definitely got his head down in that cockpit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we have 4 pitters here, all 5 pitters, all on the soft tire. Rose has saved a little bit of fuel. Oh, here comes Robson. Yep, everyone coming in the pits.
Here Mike's comes gone Omen. To the mediums.
Yep.
Mike has gone to the mediums. Yep. No fuel, I believe. No fuel. So he's He's going to be fuel saving. Rose,
you'll want about 20-ish. 20-ish liters left. In comes Omen. Believe everyone has pitted now, so now time to put our heads down and get to work. Every position matters.
That has actually worked out well for Kaza as well.
Yep, Kaza's up to P4.
That early pit stop made the difference.
Yep.
Now that Mike's on the mediums, I don't know what the gap between the mediums and the soft. I know it's not very big. Oh,
Roses didn't change tires either, so Roses is 3 seconds behind. I mean, the thing is, mediums and softs, there is still a gap, and Roses is on the softs. So White Tiger says put in 7 liters. So yeah, you really don't have to put in a lot here. These cars tickle the tires. That's right. There is no tire wear on these things.
Are they even touching the tarmac?
Yeah. Cars
have we
hovering.
Suddenly just turned on wipeout? Yeah. I think Gran Turismo doesn't have enough loop-the-loops. I'm putting that out there. We do need some tracks.
It would be nice if we had like one Hot Wheels track, right?
If they turned Special Stage Loop X, they just halfway down, just put a big loop-the-loop.
Someone did a video, I think it might have been the Driver 61 YouTube channel. It was like, can you really drive an F1 car upside down in a tunnel kind of thing?
On paper, yes, you absolutely can drive a Formula 1 car upside down. You can't actually do it I don't know how you would do it in real life.
There's some crazy scientist out there that could make that happen.
Yeah, we'll have to get on to Mark Rober or somebody to try and get that to happen. But yeah, on paper, the math says yes.
Looks like Deering has made their way past Magnet. Really, the battle that is perhaps most interesting, Rosas is slowly reeling in Mike.
Yeah, I'm watching her from chase cam view, and he's really chasing him down. Those mediums are really hurting Mike.
I mean, this is just one of those tracks that tires matter so much, especially in corners like Puhan, where it's a high-speed corner and you can carry so much more speed.
Rose has gone purple at the end of the Camel Straight there in the first sector, so I don't think we'll be seeing any more fastest laps from Mike.
No, it'll be interesting to see if maybe Kaza or Deering can steal fastest lap. To be fair, he is growing his hair for charity. Interesting. That's cool.
Who's that?
I think Ray is talking about Rosas.
Oh, okay.
Growing his hair out. So true to Guns N' Roses form.
Yes.
Which James does not know about. Just thought I would point that out again.
I am going to throw up a horn sign for the growing of their hair in the chat.
Oh, that's right.
There
you have long hair.
I do.
Donating it to the Princess Trust.
Princess Trust.
Oh, Princess. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. I mean, we have stuff like that over here. We call it Locks for Love, I think it's called. People donate their hair, they'll grow it out and donate it to charity like that. It's very neat. I can
You've
appreciate
offended
that.
music, James.
Offended music. Today is the day the music died.
Yes. Don McLean was correct.
The gap is down to 1.1 seconds. There's 3 laps left. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. The thing that's interesting here, Wayne, is that Rose's fastest lap now is a 21.1, which is it's very fast. Mike is doing, looks like his last lap was a 22.0. Can Mike defend?
There's an overtake
for the next 3 laps? I mean, I know what this feels like. Except there's places to pass here, unlike Bathurst. Oh, well, we're gonna keep you with the front two for a moment.
So we're going super defensive with Mike here, giving it the Weaver carpet.
Ooh, 2/10 purple through sector 1 for Roses. That toe is so strong.
Look at the difference between the 2 tires in the corners, though. I mean, he just reeled that one in.
Ooh, and a little deep into that corner.
Well, fortunately, that corner there is one of those corners that you've got about 500,000 different lines to get through it and still make a decent lap. It reminds me of the corner, the last corner at Hungaroring, where you've got 90 million lines.
Yeah.
So it didn't hurt too much.
Oh, he's right on the back of Mike now. Let's see if I can pick a better camera angle. Here we go.
It is.
I mean,
so
here's the moment, right? This is your time to go around on the final chicane. This is where, if you're gonna make a move, this is it.
In the immortal words of the Fast and Furious series, ride or die. This is the time.
Will the toe be enough?
Hyperboles? Are we speaking in hyperboles?
Yeah, we are.
Ridiculous.
Oh, Mike's going defensive. Mike knows this is the time. Can we see a switcheroo here?
Ooh, lovely, lovely.
Oh, he parked it right on the apex. Woo!
Well, it's his right. It's his corner. Oh,
Mike broke a little
around the
early
outside
there.
here is going to be
Oh, he held it. Oh, Rose is around. Okay, all right. Oh,
Okay,
Kaza's stolen the
okay.
fastest lap. Oh, there's some drama. There's some drama late here, folks. Oh, Mike broke a little early for that corner. I don't know if he conceded the position and is trying to stay in the toe or what. Ooh. Oh, Roses is going to have to go defensive now. Look at that toe. Oh, what a battle. Oh, they're doing a little NASCAR.
Don't want to be doing that.
Roses got it slightly wrong. Oh, no. Oh, that'll be interesting. I don't know how the stewards would rule that one. That was, I don't know. Fortunately, it's not my call to make. I'm just commentating the race.
Yep.
I mean, Roses did brake late and kind of forced Mike off the track, so.
What do we think, chat? Was that his fault?
Yeah. Dave says that he thinks Roses let him go. I kind of agree. I mean, Roses did get that wrong. But still this lap and one more. And Kaza has the fastest lap.
Kaza's on a charge. Kaza's on a charge.
Let's have a quick peek at what's going on down the grid here. Jordan comfortably in P3.
Well, he's gained a second over Rosa since the start of the lap, so...
Yeah, Kaz is flying.
Yeah, Kaza is absolutely flying.
Deering P5, Magnet P6, really... P8 and P9 are up for grabs. Those are teammates. No, they're not teammates. The livery looks similar enough in chase cam, it's hard to say. Oscar and Robson, only a half second separate those two. They're both on the soft tires. That battle could matter. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot going on, so we're going to stick with P1 and 2. Ooh, Rose is going for it again in the chicane and gets it wrong. One more lap for Mike to play defense.
Oh, no, she's taking a...
Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, no. Roses is taking a penalty.
That is...
Oh, Mike has gone wide. What's going on?
You do not want to get on that. I think the desperation is creeping in, the pressure.
I'm surprised Mike didn't get a penalty for that, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I think the game sees that area there as an accident. I think if he'd have run onto the tarmac beyond the AstroTurf, that's where the track limits would have given him a penalty.
Well, Rosas needs to get by and run away now, or there's going to be trouble. Oh, a little contact, but they both keep it together. Woo!
I mean, Mike is probably better off doing that and then sitting on Rose's tail.
Yep, sitting in the toe.
And then taking the penalty, yeah.
Oh, man. Can Roses make enough of a gap in the twisty section of the course to negate a half-second penalty?
Well, it's not just a half-second penalty, is it?
No, it's more like a full second.
It's gonna be a 1.3 seconds by the time you get up to speed.
And maybe more with the toe. I mean, we're talking it's gonna be like a 2-second penalty here. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal for Roses on the last lap, who is now pushing. Oh, they went wide. Roses is pushing. Why is the time left 30 seconds?
Oh.
Wait, who finished this? Oh. Bees finished the race. Oh, no. What is happening? Could we have... Oh, man.
Could it finish? Could it
finish before... Roses is going to get P1.
It goes to a full second if he finishes with the penalty. Oh.
But he didn't know he served it. What? Can you... Chat, can you believe what we've just seen?
Somebody finished the race and finished the race for everybody.
Bees finished the race a minute some behind.
I do believe that we were robbed.
Here's the thing. You won't get this on anyone else's stream. Just like we couldn't find Mike's lobby for like 5 minutes. You won't find these shenanigans on anyone else's stream. What do we do?
Oh, the professionalism.
Okay, all right. Well, Yeah,
That's what
Ray.
she said. No,
It's just that Bees was far enough behind that they triggered it because they hit the line. That is
insane.
uh oh my goodness. Okay, so here
I didn't think that triggered the 30 seconds. What? Okay.
well, here's what we're gonna do. All right, we're going to Wayne, put in the chat. We're gonna tally the score. Actually, let me just do it.
Yeah, you got faster fingers than me.
I got a keyboard also. Gonna tally the score as is. Any issues? Send to Jaeger since race ended early. Oh, well, that's the thing. It wasn't 2 minutes, Ray. It was 30 seconds. Also,
Yes.
so I we didn't.
The lobby
I
host didn't set the end timer.
so okay. Well, that was like drama. I don't know, Wayne. What do we even say after that? Let me tally up the scores real quick. So P1 is
Well,
GTFU. Go ahead, Wayne.
prolific as a prolific lobby host, and having known when when you've got a bunch of people waiting on you and you're doing settings and everything, it's very easy to overlook certain small things like overrun times and stuff. So, I feel for Mike. He kind
Oh,
of did it to himself
and
in a
and
kind of
well,
way.
he did. And to top things off, the lobby has been closed, and now I can't even. I'm gonna have to like rewind my own stream to get the scores.
Didn't want to know what the scores were.
I have no idea. The lobby has ended. I'm trying to calculate it with what's on my screen. All right, so let's see. So we got P1 GTFU, MRL P2 and 3, P4 and 5 is GTFU, P6, 7. Let's see. P6 and 7 are MRL. Mercifully, that was in their names. Bless both of you for that. Robson looks like... I can't tell which livery that is because they look so similar. Let's see. Robson is MRL, so that's P8 MRL. Now I have the... Unless someone in chat has the remaining ones, final 4 places, I can't rewind your stream, DJ. Depends on the gap as NFRBs. Let me see if I can rewind it, James. Let me... The stream is hacked. Oh, you know what? I can't rewind it either. That is, this is suddenly very awkward. Well, I can't even save the replay. It is, Dave, this is the perfect storm. This is interesting that I can't, what if I hit stop live playback? No. Wouldn't be an AHR stream if things didn't go wrong. Hey, you know what? You can't blame me for this.
Nope.
So Bees was P12. Bees is... Well, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna have to go back afterward and
Man.
and calculate things. Looks like Roses was asking why the finish timer was set to 30. I'll chat with them in the Discord and whatnot after this. I should be able to, I think, look back on the stream eventually. If not, then I'm blaming everyone but me. How about that? This is not my fault.
That's a good strategy. That's absolutely the best strategy. We should all employ that every day.
Fun, you are sacked. Well, I don't. Normally we would do an interview, but no one seems to be asking to be interviewed here. And because I can't calculate the scores, I'm just gonna have
There's
to
nothing
leave
to
it.
interview for.
There's nothing to interview for. So, in any case, I have the pleasure of being the only one who's gonna know race results for a few minutes until I figure this out. So, in any case, GTFU was leading going into this race. It's going to be very, very close. How many MRL have I got in the top 8? I've got MRL P2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. And they had pole position. And then GTFU was P1, P4, and P5. And then P10, 11, and 12. It's going to be really close. I said P10, 11, and 12. I don't know what P9 through 12 is. Sorry. So I know B's was last, but B's isn't what is in the Discord. So in any case, I'm going to end the stream here, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'm
going to go jump in with the boys.
Yep, go jump in with the
boys
lads.
Want to come and jump in with us?
I'll figure it out, James. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, DJ, for the opportunity to come and chat with you.
Absolutely. We'll have to do this again.
Apologies to Roses again for all of the. I apologize for that. I'm just associating the name Rose with my friend's girlfriend. So
no worries.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Y'all have a good evening, and I will post the results in the CLR Discord as soon as I get it calculated. James, we can talk about this off stream. Roses, to be completely honest with you, I don't know because Mike ended the lobby before I could calculate, so I'm not sure right this second, and my stream can't be rewound at the moment, so I'm going to go back and rewatch it and calculate everything.
Absolutely phenomenal drive, though, there, Roses. Absolute phenomenal drive.
Yes, fantastic drive.
That strat worked out.
It's going to be close. I think GTFU edged out slightly, but until I actually get the calculations out, I can't say for certain. I will let everyone know in this Discord once we're done. All right. With that said, thanks so much, everybody. See you soon. Take care.